Hello everyone and welcome to something that I should have done a couple of weeks ago. This is PSGL, this is Canada, this is my highlights before we get into the race. I just want to say that the rounds after this, Baku and Silverstone, I'm not even going to bother uploading because Baku I finished 10th because I've got wing damage on lap 1, and Silverstone I had a lag crash with Jake, or JD as sort of people in PSGL know him by. So yeah, I retired from that race. All in all, I still have a lead. I've got a 21-point lead, I do believe, coming into the race tonight, which is Hungary. So I'm looking to sort of bounce back after my poor races. But yeah, we're at Canada, which was 3 weeks ago or 4, or even like a month ago now. So this has been long overdue, and the main reason why is because I've just recently started working, and that sort of takes up a lot of my time now. The last thing I really want to do is come home and do a video, but I thought I'd get this sort of get it out so people know that videos ain't going to be as they were, where I do like maybe 2, 3, even 4 plus a couple of live streams. Live streams are going to be not stopping, but they're going to be far and few between. But yeah, going back to the race you see in the background, I sort of started P3. Louis got pole, and obviously Little Blocks in second, so it was a Haas 1-2. And yeah, I mean, so far lap 1 doing what I wanted to do, stay in P3, because at this time sort of my main rivals were well, it's only Big C to be fair, but he unfortunately did retire from this race. So my rival now is Ash Best, who is someone who's definitely found pace the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to try and keep up my consistency and try and pick up a good result tonight. I'll try and get Hungary out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then it will be within the next couple of days. But you can see, moving on to lap 5, I do decide to pit with Louis, but obviously with Louis and Edward being teammates, only one of them could pit, and Louis wanted the lead call, which is understandable, being not number 1 driver, but being first on track. But yeah, we'll come into the pits, put on a set of inters, and you know, my main sort of what was going through my mind here was whether I'd come out in traffic or not, and luckily we actually didn't come out in that much traffic. You see, we get just ahead of Powdy there in 10th, so sort of pitted at the right time. You see Louis there getting just in front of Aaron as well, so I think if we'd have timed that any more later, then we'd definitely have got caught up behind these guys. But yeah, so we're on the inters now, and hopefully we can get undercut on Lickle the next lap, because he does decide to pit. And you can see now, coming to the end of that lap, Lickle is in the pits, and initially it looks like I've got the place on him, but you'll see in roughly about 5 seconds, you'll see he just has a really good pit exit, and I wasn't actually like thinking he'd actually get a good pit exit, but he did. So fair play to him. He also got mentioned on the stream about his pit exit, so fair play to him. And he keeps me behind, and you know, I knew I had to make the move now, and you see going down his inside, I sort of think better of it, so I let him have to play. Let him have a bad run at the corner, and you can see now sort of really right behind him now. Sort of we're going to take the racing line. He's going to go defensive. I was never going to go for a move, so again we let him through, let him have the bad run, and you can see there he gets not a good run, but we get a slightly better run. And with the slipstream, obviously no DRS because it is wet, we're going to dive down his inside. Slight contact, I do believe, but nothing too major. I'll give him the space on the outside just in case he does get better traction, and initially he does. And you can see I went on the grass there, and that didn't help at all. So we are going to be side by side, coming down the back, well, not start finish straight, but the back straight into the famous chicane where the World Champions is, and Edward does back out, so he knew the place was done. But is the damage done already? Because Louis has got a lead of, not say 3 seconds, so at this point I thought, you know, the race is done. Second place would be good because I'd still extend my lead on the championship. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really focusing on the Haas team, but you can see coming on to lap 18, Louis' tyres are dying, and we are catching him. And you can see I get the strategy call there to go on a set of supers, so I'm going to take that. But Louis doesn't actually pit. He had decided to go for another lap because he normally waits until it says DRS enabled. You can see just as I go into the pits, DRS enabled. So Louis was kicking himself at this point because he knew I'd get an undercut on him. You can see coming out the pits, not held by anyone. Edward almost held me up, but luckily I built up a gap when I got in front of him when it was inters. But yeah, coming out of the pits now, and obviously when you go on a set of dryers on a sort of damp track, it does tend to be a bit slippy. You'll see coming out the pits, I just sort of spin my wrist a little bit, but I managed to keep it. But yeah, so far so good. Hopefully I can get an undercut on Louis where, you know, I'm sort of comfortably in the lead, maybe by about 2-3 seconds. But I guess we'll find out towards the end of this lap, I do believe. So we are going to now skip ahead to the end of lap 19. You can see coming to the end of lap 19, Louis has just pulled into the pit box, and we're actually going to have a massive undercut. I do believe it must be about 3 seconds, if not a little bit more. You can see his teammate Lickle almost got him as well. So with 15 laps to go, I knew these supers were going to get to the end, but I did want to save tyre life. So you can see picking up a 3-second penalty, which, you know, I thought was going to lose me this race, but I knew I had to push. You can see coming to the end of lap 34, Louis is right behind us. He closed the gap pretty quick from 2.5 seconds to, I think, just hovering just under and over a second. But we've been able to keep it clean and consistent, and it is the final lap of the race. So we are going to stay on board with this lap because, again, I just want to say obviously why I'm not doing my videos and whatnot, but there's been a couple of other developments as well. I have rejoined at TMC. Me and Richie came to a decision, well, not decision, an agreement about 2 weeks ago now. So you'll be expecting to see TMC China in the next couple of days as well. I'm going to try and get all the videos done and just out, because then that way I'm up to date. And obviously ILR, the season has finished, as has NORL, so I'm just waiting on the new season for them to begin, and then I'll be doing sort of regular videos, sort of maybe 4 or 5 a week. But yeah, we're going to come now, and I actually thought Louis had won the race because he's weaving, so I thought, due to time penalties, I thought Louis only had 3 seconds or even none. So we're going to come now, and you can hear me say, I think Louis got this, and you'll hear me say, oh no, we didn't, because I was genuinely shocked. But we're going to come home and win the race and extend our lead to 27 points, but that has now come down to 21 points. So yeah, the race tonight is Hungary. I'm not really confident around there. Done a few laps, looking quite good, but yeah, this has been Canada, something I should have done ages ago. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time for Hungary. Let's hope I can get some form back. Thank you and goodbye.